how do we live from our essence? And, what makes that difficult? And how can we go back to reclaiming it?
Yeah, maybe it's first good to define essence for those who are tuning in, because it's a word I like.
Me too.
Oh, beautiful. So essence is basically each of us, if we, going back to philosophy, spiritual, as you brought up already, is we are all, like you can say, from a source, and each one shines differently. So we are interconnected and complementary. Because if I look just like you and I'm just like you, there is no you, there is no me. The fact that there is some diversity means we are here to kind of reflect different things. But as you know, when we are all born into this world, primarily, we are all operating on survival. How do we get a job? Which university do we go to? What do we study? And even in some culture, who should we marry is decided already. Maybe less now, but it's still happening in some more rural places. So much details of our lives can already be pre-planned even before we are born. There's already an energy overshadow over it. Okay, like a father can have a thought. If I have a son, he's going to do this. If I have a daughter, then this. So there's already those preconceived ideas for a parent who wants to be a parent even before they were born. So, and then when you're born, then of course the child can take their own pathway, but there is still primarily that energy of survival. How do I survive? What do I need to do? And this is not to say that this is bad. It's just stating reality of how we live, which is what makes deeper healing a whole other journey. It's complex to stay in touch with who you are, because you're always toggling between what's the right thing to do versus who I am. Now people are getting more curious about the self. That's why the therapy part that we spoke about is individuation. Okay, I'm my own person. I need to figure out who I am, and then I want to live differently, and then I want to do something differently. So that is moving from survival into more and more essence, right? But if you're living under that energy of survival, and that's how you're making decisions, plus in another video we talked about shame, which also means that even if I know what I want, do I feel like I have the permission to have it, right? Do I even have the permission to do something that I want, or to be something, or to have something? So there's so many layers that keeps us from being able to move towards essence, right? Also, if let's say you're born into a family that says, no, we are just meant, we are meant to work really hard, and that's all that you live with, and then you suddenly go, no, I want to not work in the same way. I want to do something more creative. We can think it, we can imagine it, we can create vision boards for it. A lot of people have done it, right? I'm going to create vision boards. I've gone to many psychodrama sessions doing my vision board, and I'm like, I can see it, it's beautiful, but I don't know.
Can you access it, That's such a... Can you feel alignment towards it?
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
Yeah, and a lot of people feel that disappointment, right? Like,
when they can't.
I've tried, or I've done it, I've gone for all the vision board session, but I still cannot touch it. So the first layer is, and the next layer is courage. And this is something I learned from my mentor, is if you're born in a very complex environment, it takes a great deal of courage to say, I really want to do different, right? It's a huge level of courage to even be happy if the ones before you were spiraling in mental health issues, poverty, relationships that didn't work out, divorce. Yeah, it's one thing to think it. It's another thing to really have courage to say, I will access good things in my life, and my essence is a good thing. Living from that is a good thing, and I can access it if that is what we have descended from. Yeah, so like you said, alignment. moving past survival and layers of shame. So 3 things. People who work with me, I say, if you can start to access courage to do something different, that is already a mobilization. Yeah, so it takes really, really a great deal, especially if you're coming out for very, very thick stories of grief and failures and, survival and things like that.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to just add this here, for people who come from complex environments, different cultures as well, you're carrying a lot of things. That courage is even more so, or even more courage is required, because sometimes, even, for example, someone like me sitting on this pathway, it takes a lot of courage because you're significantly deviating from what maybe at the time I was making this decision is considered normal, or accepted. So I think living from essence, or from your own place of truth and resonance, and then of course shame and survival and whatever we're carrying, it really takes a desire, courage to work through it. And I will say, as someone who's worked with you in that family constellation set up as on the receiving end, I think there is great power in authentically being able to reclaim that. This process allows you to do this. Because, as you mentioned, vision boards and these ideas are very nice, but to truly make it accessible and to feel it, it does take courage to go deeper, and a process like this really helped.
Exactly. Thank you for that.